Well, this year as opposed to last year, I feel like I'm stronger in my faith with God.
Whenever I thought about Easter before, I was thinking about, the Easter bunny, Easter eggs, candy, going to the beach with my family. But now I definitely see significance behind it.
Before, we were kind of a Christmas, Easter kind of family, so I was like, we would go to church, but I wouldn't really pay attention, and I didn't really understand the whole meaning behind the sacrifice, I guess. I knew it happened, and I understood why, but I guess I didn't fully comprehend the whole meaning behind it. Spiritually, it just didn't exist. Emotionally, I was depressed. I was an alcoholic. I was lonely, not going to school. Just really bad.
I'd say a year ago was marked by, I was thinking of myself as a failure in sports, maybe a failure in some relationships I've been in. I felt alone. There are things that I was succeeding in. I was succeeding in school, and I have good relationships with friends and stuff. But there were still things that I held in high value in my life that I felt like I wasn't doing very well at, and I needed something else.
But I think my Christianity relied on my experience of being involved in Christian things because it was routine when you're at home.
Coming to the realization that I hold some things in too high of esteem in my life, and other things that are more important that I hadn't really focused on. And so when those things weren't fulfilling the certain needs I have, then I felt myself as a failure. I couldn't get that fulfillment that I really felt like I needed deep down.
And while I always said, when people would ask, what's the most important thing in your life, I would always say God, because that's the right answer. But when it came time for church on Sunday and I had a game later that day, I was thinking about the game during church.
Recently, when I was struggling with my relationships with my family and my friends and stuff, and I kind of realized that I'd been pushing God away from my life a little bit.
I was focused on soccer, and I took a school course, and that's where my mind was coming in to Campbell this fall. And I was in school for about a month, and I got in a car accident on my bike, which ended my soccer for the season.
Lynn, who's my RD, had invited me to come, and she's like, hey, come to church with me. And I was just like, church? I haven't been to church in ever. So I came, because it's Bowie's Creek. What else are you going to do?
You could say it's a coincidence, but personally I'd say that it's God officially trying to get my attention.
I'm far more content with who I am now. And if I look back now, I can't believe some of the things that I did.
That's the number one thing that's changed in my life. Like I've said to KJ before, just walking through a door, I have two phases of my life now.
Now it's just I can let some of that stuff go because I know it's all in God's hands and it doesn't belong to me anymore. So
I don't know. I think in the past year I've just been struggling with relationship with my boyfriend and with my family, and just realizing that you can't really have a relationship with people if you don't have a relationship with God first, and how that's the key to being able to have a relationship with everyone else. So.
Love is the most amazing thing, because to really unconditionally love everybody is something that I can't fathom, and it's something that I think we should strive for. But to see how Jesus treated people, to the message of God, to love unconditionally, to not even think bad things about people is just mind-boggling to me.
The fact that no matter what, he's going to be there for me and forgive me for it, and that unconditional love.
the Holy Spirit for sure is definitely a huge part in my life. The one thing, if I were to ever talk about a testimony or anything like that, would be comfort for sure. And I think that that's what the Holy Spirit brings to me.
To me, a kind of love that I'm really just understanding more and more that could create humanity that he knew would choose to sin against him?
Forgiveness. I think I've committed every sin there possibly is. And it's just, I've done so much that us as humans look at as extremely wrong, even though all sins are equal. But it just amazes me how, as I was in Atlanta, at the lowest point I could possibly have been in, at doing the worst possible things I could have been doing, he was there loving me, protecting me. He had his arms wrapped around me the whole time I was there. This is a family. This isn't just a church. This isn't just a building. This isn't just people that come here once in a while on Sunday. It's a family. I need anything, and I know I'm going to have somebody there to help me, whether they know me personally or not, just because I'm part of their church, I'm part of their family. And that's nothing I've experienced besides within my own actual family, and having a family that is a family while I'm here at Campbell. And having the love and the support is just it's priceless.
Don't hold back. Don't wait till tomorrow or another day, but seek him now.